Hi, it's me here from the Vlog Academy, and today we're going to have a look at how to edit your videos on your iPhone. Okay, so we're going to have a look at how to edit your videos on your smartphone. And there are a couple of ways you can do it, but we're going to start with the very simplest way of all. And if you're on an iPhone, you go into your photos. So we're going to have a look at these videos that I've got here. And I've recorded two for you, just so you can see here specifically amongst the door footage. So let's use this one here. And what we want to do is that you can see that I'm not quite ready when this video starts. There I'm ready. So how do we just trim the beginning and the end of a video? It's really easy. So on the iPhone, you can go into edit. So you see here in the top right hand corner, you've got an edit function. So when I click on that, you will see that you've got a timeline under the video frame. And if you tap on that, you will see that if you press your finger in the beginning of the video or in the end, there's a yellow box line that appears. And this moves your video forwards, or you can trim the end as well. So if I just pull this yellow in, we can see that, oh, getting ready, and oh, big breath in. So we're going to go back a little bit. Am I ready? And my eyes are open. That's where I want to cut in the video. So you can see that it starts a little bit later. Now let's check the end as well. What am I doing towards the end here? So I'm going to pull that with my finger, literally just pull that yellow line. I'm talking and then I say bye-bye. And there I start reaching out to stop the video. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop it. So we have a shorter trimmed video here. And when we've got that, you can either just click done, or if you wanted to do any changes to your light or your colors, you can brighten it up a little bit by going in here to exposure, for example, or just manipulating it different ways. But of course, don't overdo this if you're not quite sure what you're doing, because then it's just going to look a bit weird. So a few things to play with here, but don't go overboard. And the next function at the bottom here, you have some preset filters. So if you click on that, you can actually go straight into another setting, which sometimes works really well. And you can actually pull it down a little bit underneath. So this would be normal, or you can use the full filter. So you'll see it better on a black and white, for example. So if you wanted to have a silver tone, this is full filter, but you can pull it down and you see here is back to normal. It's not quite, is it though? Bottom, there's back to normal. So you can pull it up or down, so you could have just a little bit of a filter effect. Just be careful with those and try and set it up to the best you can in the very beginning when you actually film the video instead. Cropping. Now you wouldn't really want to crop your video any different. You could straighten it if it's wonky. Or the only thing I can think of really that you would need to do is to go square if you're going to put it on Instagram. So if it's a short, under 60 seconds video that you want to share on Instagram, you could make it square just to see how it looks. But on the other hand, if you upload it as it is, it will work as well. So you're already fine. So don't worry too much about those unless, again, you know what you're doing. So I'm not going to go square, I'm going to go reset, and then we can click done. So what happens then? Well, you get two options. You can save the video as you've done it now if you're sure that's how you want to use it, or you could save video as a new clip. So I'm going to save it as a new clip, just in case. But the good thing is with most smartphones, you can always revert back to your previous original. But just to make sure, we can see now that I start the video and I'm ready to go. And it finishes when I have finished. So that works much better. And that is now saved as a new video. So we can see that the first one was 18 seconds. This one was 18 seconds, and this one is now down to 12 seconds. So we've just trimmed the beginning and the end of a video. But what happens if we want to combine two videos or cut in the middle of the video, for example? Well, then we actually need to go into an editing software. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go out of my photo album and I'm going to go into iMovie. And as you can see here, if I press on this, I've got quite a few different editing apps here that I use, but I'm going to use iMovie today because it is the Mac standard, and you will also see similarities from the phone app to the computer screen as well. So you open iMovie and then you can just click the big plus sign here, and then you have an option to go for a new movie or a trailer, and you always want a movie unless again you know what you're doing. And then it gives you these options of the video clips that I've saved lately. So we're going to go to the ones we recognize here. So first, I'm going to choose that longer video so we can see that we can trim it. And I'm going to combine it with this other clip. At the bottom, you will see that you can create movie. So we're going to click create movie. And this is what we got. So you can see we got a new timeline here with a whole clip, but it's combined this first clip with the second clip. It's even put a transition between them. Can you see? So that's pretty cool if you want to combine two clips. These two aren't ideal to combine because they are in the same place and it's me. But if you, for instance, you want to show the landscape where you are, then this would be perfect. So again, it's the same technique here. If you want to trim this clip, you just pull in that line, and it's actually even easier to see here where we are. So I'm getting ready. There we are. So that's where we want to start.
Hi everyone.
Hello. And you can do the same thing in the end of this or in the beginning of the next clip. But if you wanted to put a clip in the middle, we need to go to split. So you see you've got more options here at the bottom now, not just the color settings. So we're going to start with split. If you just want to put a straight cut between, and you might want to erase this whole part, you could do that. And then you just go delete and it's gone. Okay, it's not going to look like a pretty video now, but we're going to just demonstrate here. You can also duplicate the clip if you wanted to and detach the audio if you wanted to. You can get rid of the audio if you wanted to, or you can lower and raise the volume of your audio if you wanted to. So that's pretty cool to do. Now you've also got a timer down here. What does that do? It actually allows for you to speed up the clip or make it slower. So if you're showing, for example, something that you were cooking, it's very common to see that it's all been speeded up. So that can be quite fun. Again, don't use these things if it doesn't suit the purpose. And then we've got the text options, and this will actually really add some quality to your video. And you've got a few standard options here that they've given you already. So you can put a big title text on your video in the beginning, for example, but you also need to be aware that sometimes you can't time them. So they might be there, unless they're an opening credit, they might be there across the whole video. And that's when it's good to know when to make a little split, because then you can go in a few seconds into your video, you can go back to the scissors, do a split, and then you can just put the text on top of that cut there. So we edit it just like you would do with any text in a Word document or anything. So let's how to edit. Okay, and here we are.
Hi everyone,
how to edit.
Me here.
Okay, so we are limited for options here, but you can actually, with some of them, you can see that you can do a lower caption as well. So you can have your name, for example, and that is pretty cool, but you won't be able to do that with all the titles. So some of them you have to stay in the center. Some you can see this is an opening one. You've got an opening, so that will probably disappear after a while. and then you've got the middle, or you've got a closing. So there are different options for different texts. Now, you can't do that much more with them here. You would need to go to a computer or a different software, but most of the apps, they don't give you that many options for different fonts and sizes and things like that. So you really, if you are expanding your knowledge and you feel that this is not enough, you would need to actually install an editing software on your computer. And again, you have the different filters. You can go black and white, or blast, or blockbuster. I think I'll stick to none, actually, in this very case. And if you make a mistake, you can always use the button under the frame to the right, which is a bent arrow. So if you see on the right-hand side, in the middle, sort of, there's a bent arrow, and you can go back to the last steps, depending on how many steps back you want to go. So this is the principle of editing in most softwares, but then it just gets more and more complicated, or if you like, more opportunities and options. And some people absolutely love the editing process. I absolutely love it, and it really can raise the quality of the look of your video. The finish looks much better. It will look more professional, and you could add your own branding as well. So you can see also a plus sign to the left under the frame, and if you go there, you have more options. So you could add more videos, you could add a photo or audio, you can add voiceover or other files. So if you imported a photo, you've got a plus, so you can just add it into the edit, or if you see the three dots, you can make a cutaway, picture in picture, split screen, or green and blue screen. So we're going to go picture in picture for this one. This adds it on top of your edit. So you can see that it comes into the frame, and you can also move it around by just going to the plus and drag it to position and pinch to resize. So I could make it larger, or I could make it smaller. So if you have a PNG, a ping image of your logo, for example, you could place your logo in there, or a title, and similar things like that. So that is a really valuable function as well. That's as far as I'm going to go with the editing on the phone. So that's it. I hope that was helpful. Maybe it opened up a new door that you weren't aware of interest and curiosity about editing. It is so much fun once you get going, so do give it a go. But that's it for today. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to have a look at the other courses and training, online training and workshops on vlogacademy.com. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.